Welcome to the first match of week 4 of the Trainer School League. I'm your host, V, and today we have my co-host, Lord Wire Dragon.
Wow. I was getting replaced for a second.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
I was going to let you keep that in.
It is being kept in. This is still going.
This is great. Unhinged.
All right, today's competitor is Matt Y of the AmbiBob-ombs and Pichu who's the coach of the Peking Chus. Any specific Pokemon on the AmbiBob-omb side?
I mean, we got to give it up for this Garganacl, right? We're sitting here in a Bob squad that is 3-0, and 2 of those games really are showing from that Garganacl. Their captains have switched for the first time on this Bob roster, though, switching from that Garganacl over to that Tyranitar, maybe signaling that it's going to be a powerful rock type coming this week.
There is a play where he just doesn't bring a Terra Captain.
Well, that's true.
It's not a great play in any way, shape, or form.
You know what? I say correctly.
I'm looking at the SQ. That I looked it up, and that thing is really funny. Just getting a base speed after its ice face fades of 130, which is stupid. I mean, the rest of the stats are pretty but get a belly drum off. It doesn't matter at that point.
That's pretty fair.
And then we got Peking Pichu's team, or the Peking Chus team. Did she change? She did. She changed her Terra Captain to Arcanine. Kept the Mimikyu, which is fair.
Like, the Mimikyu, I think, makes sense. I think the ground type going on that Great Tusk is already good enough. So potentially looking to just get an Intimidator that's going to be able to switch its type, so it's not taking those super effective rock moves. Probably makes a lot of sense here. We'll see if that's the Pokemon that she does click when we get into that battle. But right now, we haven't seen the Peaches do too much, only sitting at a 1-2 record. But I'm waiting for that one game where something like that Great Tusk all of a sudden pops off. And, I mean, if it's today's game, we're in for a hell of a treat.
I mean, hey, we got that one, and that was funny. That was a 6-0, I think. On
like
week
that.
2,
5 or 6. It
was silly.
It was a headstrong rush, all right.
But yeah, those are the 2 Pokemon. Shall we toss it over to what the battle has brought us?
See why not?
Okay, so here we go. On Matt Y side, there we go. We get the Rotom Heat, Pensimian, the T-Tar, the SQ. Hey, I got my guy. The Tatsugiri and the Swordhead. Do I remember his name? The second. Then for the Pikachu's team, we got the Great Tusk, Grimmsnarl, Mimikyu, Mudsdale, the Arcanine, and that Rotom Frost. Any main points that you see here?
Well, Double Ground did come from the Pikachu, so it's going to be that slower Double Ground core. But, I mean, unironically, this Ice Cube that we were talking about earlier, really good into those 2 Pokemon. While it might take that super effective from the fighting, it is a physical mon, so it's going to get that one turn off and maybe go for something absolutely crazy. There's a lot of really strong Pokemon that can be alive from the bombs too, so it's really hard to predict. Pichus seem to have been in favor of leading that Rotom, just trying to get off a quick Volt switch. No ground type here to really counteract that. Might be where they start again, though something like that Grimmsnarl is also not bad. Getting access to Parting Shot this generation, being able to immediately switch out after that turn 1 and getting a minus attack on both.
You have to go ahead for the 2 trainers. So who will win? Will it be Pichu shocking Matt with her skills, or shock herself? Will Matt bring the Gargan, or will Matt sweep harder than her grandma with nothing better to do? Let's find out. With this turn 1 on a Rotom Heat and Grimmsnarl.
Well, Grandma not coming up, but Grandpa sitting on the other side of the field.
Yeah, Grandpa kind of just chilling there, putting up screens. They actually both put up screens. This is a very move heavy dance that they're currently doing.
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of sitting here, right? Like, there's no real super strong damaging move either is going to put out, so everyone's just kind of setting up right now, waiting for someone to make the first move out.
Yeah, I would assume that. I mean, does Rotom Heat get the what is it? The light screen?
Yeah, it should get both. They might be setting up dual screen here. There's like a slightly unfortunate part coming from the peeking Chus end where this. So we set up both screens here, which I assume we
Mm.
want to do. But if we go to the switch chart, parting shot will always go before volt switch.
Ooh, we get a switch on a Great Tusk and a Volt Switch, but it doesn't do anything because it's a ground type. Get a free bulk up and go for a Will-O-Wisp. Okay. And how much does a Will-O-Wisp negate on an attack?
So it cuts it in half. So we're at about a -1 as if it got intimidated coming in here. It's not great because Great Tusk is only going to be good as long as it stays in, being only at -1. Second switches out, it goes back to being at -2, which doesn't really favor this Great Tusk.
Yeah, so now either that Rotom, well, this can't really get hurt by a ground type move because of Levitate. So does he just stay in? Or does he do a hard switch?
It's like threatening a close combat here, right? But you also don't want to switch anything into a close combat. Like ice, you want the ice face to still be up, and all of your other Pokemon are taking a boatload of damage from this physical move, even if it is at -1. So it's kind of hard to demonstrate now. There also just is the mode where Peking Chew clicks the second bulk up.
Oh, we get to switch over to the Pansimian and a body press, nailing it for 13. And it heals up a little bit with the leftovers, and the Great Tusk takes a burn. Oh, switching out over to Mudsdale, and the Pansimian doing its own bulk up. Okay.
That did no damage with that body press. Like even at that -1, I expected some more.
See, and I find that very misleading because do you know how tall Great Tusk is?
How tall is Great Tusk?
It is 7 feet and some inches.
All right.
That is a gigantic Pokemon.
Oh no!
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh
Oh
no!
no. Okay.
Oh no!
So to catch us up, Pansimian landed a taunt. Mudsdale can't use Stealth Rocks after a taunt, which is funny. And then we got an Arcanine switching in, doing Intimidate, and then Pansimian does another bulk up, bringing that
Well,
attack to 2.8, 2.5 attack.
it's 2.5 because the Simeon is Defiant, so it lowers it by the Intimidate lowers it by 1, but because of Defiant, it then raises it by 2, so it's just a +1 in total. So this Arcanine is actually powering up this Simeon, and there is only one turn of Reflect left. So it is for the Pisidian. This has been light screen, so this Pokemon could have hit at any point.
Flare Blades. Doing an amount of damage that is not great.
Yeah, I mean, this Pisidian has shown that it's physically bulky, and even with that Terra power, a +2 defense in that bulky set's not doing much.
And then an Extreme Speed from the Arcanine and a Trailblaze doing jack.
Whoa, okay, Trailblaze is here because now that Pisidian gets +1 speed, that's the secondary effect of Trailblaze. So he's just powering up.
He is trying to solely sweep with this Pansimian, doing another bulk up. The
Absolute
Mad Lad.
funky business.
And the Mudsdale gets switched in. Another Trailblaze, getting even faster. And proccing off the Mudsdale stamina. Getting a little defense boost, and the Great Tusk switches in. A lot of switching out happening here on the Pikachu side. And Simeon doing a Drain Punch.
Rocky Helmet helping a little bit here coming from that Great Tusk, but I mean, it's hard to figure out what these Pokemon are going to be doing back to Simeon. It's a +2.5 defense at this point.
And +3 attack, so it's just going to continue hitting. Another Drain Punch and a Body Press coming from the Great Tusk. Burn finally kills off the Great Tusk. Another Arcanine switch in, doing Intimidate, but the Defiant raises its attack even further. This boy is going beyond.
I was going to say even further beyond 100% HP.
And going off with the Drain Punch, killing off the Arcanine. Mudsdale gets switched in, finishes off the Mudsdale with the Drain Punch. Now we get the Grimmsnarl.
I mean,
what's a Grimmsnarl going to do?
Reflect? Not that one.
Nope, that's a light screen. And Pansimian doing another Drain Punch. I think it just spams Drain Punch here.
I mean, Grass Monkey, that funky monkey out here.
We get the Rotom Frost coming out. Another Drain Punch, killing off the Rotom Frost.
Okay, there's an ability that lets it live one turn. So what does Mimikyu do back? Not sure.
Something. Hopefully, something. Drain Punch of its own. It sure was a Drain Punch of its own.
It sure did Drain Punch on its own. I'm not liking this position for the Mimikyu.
Oh yeah, no, this is over at this point.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So what happened there? The opposing Mimikyu used Play Rough. The attack on Pinsimian failed, or went down because of the Play Rough, but Defiant procced off, so it just raised it even further. And the Mimikyu died because of Life Orb, I believe. Lost some of its HP. Yeah, that's what happened. So it died from Life Orb. So that's funny.
that was the funkiest of monkeys, if I've ever seen.
For a team that was kind of just hobbled together, that was a pretty good hobble.
I have my vote for the most influential Pokemon of the match. I don't know about you.
Is it Pinsimian?
Yeah, it's hard to choose between all the wonderful Pokemon that came, especially from the Bond's roster. But that Pinsimian, I think, probably did the most work in that matchup.
It did, and he didn't even bring the choice card for this one.
That had to have been an incredible amount of physical defense invested in this Pokemon. And after those bulk ups, this Pokemon was not taking a physical move.
Yeah, he did not give. He did sweep. He swept like a grandma. He did exactly what I predicted.
Grandma and her.
Did he have to do Pichu that dirty? No, but
it was funny.
It was funny.
It was music.
Those 19 turns of straight sweepage.
19 turns of pure monkey. Wait, hold on.
But yeah, when the monkey come out, it was
18 turns of pure monkey.
That was a lot of monkey business. But I do want to thank you for coming to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed your time. We got a bunch of other videos that you can watch. This is the first one. Got a pretty big backlog. Check them out. Or if you want to go outside, take a walk, take a drink of water, something, touch grass. You probably haven't done that in a while. With that, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye.